times when students come into tutoring, they're feeling anxious or even a little hostile, especially if they're returning students or if they've had difficulties because of learning differences. And if I can help them develop a sense of partnership with me, sometimes that can alleviate the anxiety or diffuse the hostility. So what I will do is I tell them about my own feelings of anxiety as a returning student, or my own sense of frustration at having to take all the hours of developmental math. I may tell them about the characteristics of a particular course, especially if I've taken it, or if any idiosyncrasies about their instructor that I may know. Because knowledge is power and it's confidence and it's self-esteem. And if I can help them develop those tools by sharing what I know and letting them add that to their own knowledge base, then that is the foundation of what I do as a tutor, and it's the foundation of my job.
When tutoring a student, it's important that the student should feel comfortable with the tutor and that they see them as an ally. Because sometimes in class, students are a little intimidated or a little apprehensive about asking teachers questions too often, or bringing the class to a halt and dragging out this problem. So they should feel like they're able to come to their student after class with any of their questions or get any help that they need with anything else in the class. And the best way to make them feel comfortable in the tutor-student relationship is to get to know them a little, talk to them, and learn the best way to communicate with them, and to let them feel that you, the tutor, are generally concerned about how well they do in class. So that you are more like a guide and ally, and that between the two of you, you should be able to hopefully resolve the problem, and hopefully the student will be satisfied with the tutor, and the tutor will have done their job well, and at the end of the day, hopefully they did pretty well in the class.
As a tutor, I feel it's very important that you know your student as well as their background and the subject that you're going to be working with them in. Is it a subject that they've had trouble with in the past? Are they uncomfortable with it? These are things that are very important that you need to know in order to be able to help that student, especially in our developmental classes. It's probably an area that they've always had trouble with for whatever reason. And we need to know these things. It's important to know that so that you can help them overcome those fears or anxieties. Allay those fears, get rid of them, put them away. Set them up to succeed. Let them know that they can do it. Take the things that have held them back in the past and show them where they can do it. It gives them a good feeling. When they feel good, they can do good. And you can only do this by knowing them, to take the time. Ask the questions. Where do you feel least comfortable? Where do you have your most problems? Have you had this problem before? How did you work with it before? Do something different. Set them up to succeed. As a tutor, that's what I want to do. My success is their success.
In order to be an effective tutor, one must establish a relationship of trust and mutual respect. The trust is gained by sharing one's experiences with the student, and also the student sharing experiences with the tutor. And these experiences need to be relative. If you were particularly good at the subject that you were tutoring, maybe share a subject that you weren't so adept at to help ease the student. Respect is really gained through explaining expectations, what you expect of the student and what the student should expect of you. And all these things need to begin at your first tutoring session. The first tutoring session is really instrumental in establishing the trust and mutual respect.